Everything began a turbulent night when Elena coincidentally found a neglected second-hand store shop. The racks were fixed with dusty relics. However, one thing grabbed her attention, a porcelain doll, similar yet frightening. It felt alive. The doll's gleaming eyes appeared to follow everything she might do, and its broken face radiated a frightful appeal. Notwithstanding a chill in the air, she was unable to oppose bringing it back home. Unbeknownst to her, the doll had a dull past, a reviled curio connected to an old custom. Shadows of its starting point murmured through the air. Advance noticed the individuals who actually thought about tuning in. Elena disregarded her anxiety. It's simply a doll, she thought, as she put it delicately on her mantelpiece. Be that as it may, there was something wrong with something. The business person's words reverberated to her. This doll, it conveys a revile. Keep it notwithstanding the obvious danger. Elena disregarded it, yet where it counts, a seed of uncertainty had been planted. That evening, the doll stood by, watching. The candlelight flashed, creating its shaded area unnaturally enormous on the walls. It felt like the actual room was pausing its breathing. Ridiculously late, Ellen awoke suddenly. The doll, it had moved. Presently, it sat on her bedside table, its dormant eyes looking straight at her. Then, at that point, came the strides. Faint from the start, yet entirely becoming stronger. They reverberated through the corridor, yet nobody was there. Before breakfast, the doll was in the front room, encompassed by upset furnishings. Maybe the actual house was dismissing its presence. Frantic for replies, Elena went to an old curator. He opened a ragged book, uncovering the doll's starting point, a reviled creation bound to trap fretful spirits. Still up in the air to break the revile, Elena arranged a custom. She lit candles, dispersed salt, and set the doll in the middle. This was her main opportunity. As the custom started, the doll shuddered brutally, its broken porcelain face parting further. A dim, choking out smoke occupied the room. Scary chuckling reverberated around her as shadows moved on the walls. It seemed like the haziness was alive, pawing its direction toward her. However, at that point, the memento around her neck started to shine, a gift from her grandma. Its warm light pushed back the shadows, safeguarding her from the infringing dimness. With one last flood of light, the doll broke into pieces, the dark smoke dispersing into nothingness. Quietness fell over the room. In the sparkle of the memento, a weak figure showed up, a young lady's soul. She grinned at Elena, her face at long last settled, prior to blurring into the light. The room got back to business as usual. The air lighter, the revile lifted. Elena sat on the floor, gripping the memento, at long last liberated from the bad dream. The following day, she got back to the second-hand store shop, yet it was gone, disappeared, as though it had never existed. The secret developed. But as the tempest seethed that evening, she swore she saw the doll's shadow somewhere far off, giggling delicately prior to lightning enlightened an unfilled road. A few reviles never really end. Buy into the last evening for additional chilling stories where haziness murmurs its mysteries.